And I'm so sorry to have Malaysia waiting, because Malaysia is also an important part of our evening here, and or morning, depending where you are. And we have Datuk Musa, the Deputy Director for Tourism Malaysia, joining us. Before we give Datuk the floor, I wanted to hand my microphone over to our to the chairman of our charter or interest group for Malaysia, Rudi Herrmann. He happened to be German. I didn't know him before. It's not like we have him because he's German. I think he's truly Malaysian in a way. And Rudolf, you've done a wonderful job. You've started our LinkedIn group. So whoever hasn't joined our LinkedIn group, you can do this. Just go to our website. I have it linked. Or I think Rudolf can also tell you how to get there. And we have a WhatsApp discussion group also. So if you haven't joined LinkedIn, you can always join our WhatsApp group. But Rudolf, welcome, and thanks for putting this together. And I'm sure you can introduce your guest Datuk a lot better than I could.
That's very nice. Good afternoon from Malaysia. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, thank you for all the sharing that we can experience here. That's really good. We can learn a lot from other destinations, and that is the reason why we actually founded the World Tourism Network, which came from the Rebuilding Travel Initiative, as you have seen in the invitation to this event. The Rebuilding Travel Initiative was about 1 year, exactly 1 year ago, actually, in Berlin. I was a member actually on that time, but I could not come because ITB was cancelled and I didn't travel to Berlin. So it was founded by Jürgen and a small amount of tourism players, I must say, but important tourism players. And the initiative has grown into members of 127 countries. And with Jürgen's initiative from all the networks that he is representing and owning, we have a huge reach actually, and everybody is supporting it. I'm really happy about this. Let me share a little bit about Malaysia now and about our chapter. Okay. Here you go. WTN Malaysia was founded in December last year, and it came actually from the idea to link our LinkedIn groups that I have done earlier, which is Rebuilding Travel, with the same thematic from World Tourism Network. And we also have Muslim travelers, which is very important for Malaysia. So we rebranded them into World Tourism Network as well. And this is the launching event. Malaysia Tourism, what is next? We had a panel discussion with tour operators, with academics, with tour guides, and all based actually on the National Tourism Policy for Malaysia, which was just before that introduced by the Honorable Tourism Minister, Datuk Sri Nancy, and our Prime Minister. The way forward for Malaysia means actually sustainable tourism, what we have found out. And I'm very happy to say, I feel this is the best way to go, because earlier the focus in Malaysia was more towards event tourism or groups only. The product augmentation strategies are a lot like ecotourism, youth tourism, cultural tourism, urban tourism, MICE, with hybrid events, coastal tourism, rural tourism. And this is also covered by Rebuilding Travel Initiative in many of the sectors. We do have here educational and training, fashion, advocacy, aviation, community tourism, cruise, cultural tourism, peace through tourism, public-private partnerships, safer tourism, tourism guides, and virtual tourism, wedding and honeymoon tourism. We do have this all here. We are joining in with several discussions, which are always in the travel news group. And some of the shares that we have in our LinkedIn groups. Just recently, our tourism minister, Datuk Nancy, she announced that she is very happy we have now the inter-district travel opening for the tourism sector. So it is allowed to have tourism in Malaysia, but only within the state. So people from one state, they can come to the hotel, to the zoo, to the tourism destination within the state. That is a slow opening. We can see on the right-hand side that the MATA, that is the tour operator, the travel and tour association, they are asking for more help. Actually, they're asking for money. They're asking for letting their licenses be extended without certification and things like that. And the Hotel Association MA calls for united system for the tourism industry. But so far, I cannot see the real solution. And I hope our honorable guest, Datuk Musa, can help us after this. So 3 more shares from our LinkedIn groups, which is that the pandemic may allow VR to take off. Saudi Arabia says that vaccine is a must for the next Hajj. And Focus Malaysia says controlled arrivals of foreign tourists can be made possible. I'm fully on this line actually. And I have one of our partners I found him. He has done a huge research in the Philippines and a big project from the German government for a few years. Maybe he has a chance to talk about this later. There are SOPs in place which we can actually use to have a safe opening of tourism. And this is what I would like to propose, because we need to be proactive, not only ask for money, not only ask to do something from the government. The government has to do, the government has to do everything. I think the government actually wants to open tourism. I'm quite pretty sure actually, and we must help the government to open the tourism, but open in a safe mode. So to open in a safe mode, the SOPs must be in place, and these SOPs must be followed. Now we do have various approaches. I'm a tour operator and hotel general manager by profession. I know from many of my colleagues as well, yes, they do have SOPs which they should follow, but they are not really implementing it full-heartedly, and they are not really doing it the way it should be, I feel. Like when I was a general manager, before COVID, I already put a focus on clean the bottom of the lift, because I don't want that anybody will get any germ or virus from there. So things like this should be more frequently. So now in Malaysia, we have a system that is a voluntary system for hotels that is valid for 3 years. And that is a physical audit that will come anytime in between, which is not enforced, which is a voluntary thing. I would like to recommend to have a safe mode to open tourism by enforcing SOPs to the tourism players. And then they can open up and can say, we want this, we want that. But they must do their part. Datuk Musa,